Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 94 of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
And thanks to Theme Park Connection, we have a new contest this week.
That's true. We have a Tinkerbell laser cell. We've had one of these before. Very popular contest. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page and like it, and then just let us know what your most magical place at Walt Disney World is.
That's right. That's right. And this is completely at random.
Yes.
So you could say Disney Cruise Line, and you could still win.
It doesn't matter what you say. And
does matter.
By Saturday, April 5th, midnight Eastern Standard Time.
Good luck, everybody. And the first thing this week, just announced, is Star Wars character breakfasts and dinners.
And the meals run from May 4th to June 15th. And the first one is the Star Wars Galactic Dine-In Breakfast,
That's
which
right.
is at the
Sci-Fi Drive-In.
Yes, from 8 till noon. And the cost is $47.99 for adults and $29.99 for kids. It would be ages 3 through 9. And you also get a digital photo of your party I think it's a commemorative photo pass card.
That's right, yeah.
So it is expensive, so it will be interesting to see.
Well, the characters will be really cool. They're going to have Stormtroopers, Jawas, Greedo, Boba Fett, and Darth Vader himself.
But the one that we're doing is the dinner.
Right. But one last thing about the Sci-Fi is instead of the Sci-Fi movies that you'll see on the drive-in, it'll all be Star Wars scenes. I don't know about all, but there'll be lots of Star Wars scenes from the movies and clips and things on those screens. So it'll be interesting.
Okay, and then you're going to talk about the dinner, and those are completely different characters.
That's right. That's the Jedi Mickey Star Wars dinner. And that's at the Hollywood and Vine. It's a buffet. And that's going to have Ewok, Chip and Dale. And there they are, Ewok, Chip and Dale, which we love.
We met them last year.
Also Jedi Mickey, Leia Minnie, Darth Goofy, and Stormtrooper Donald. And the price is $55.99 for adults and $33.99 for kids. And
the dinner seating start at $4:15 and go to park close. 2 dining credits is what we were told for both meals, and then Tables in Wonderland we were told they would be accepted for our meal.
You had looked very happy back there, but we'll have a full report
in over a month.
That's right.
Call Disney Dining for more information and also about the Fantasmic packages with the dinner.
That's right. They also offer a Fantasmic package just for the dinner, and prices on that
are
$55.99 for adults and $36.99 for kids. So that should be a good time. But the next thing, we are now going to Epcot for Art in the Garden weekend. Very exciting time for us.
We're at Epcot quite a bit. I think twice this week is how often we were there.
That's right.
And there is the new festival sign, which just went up in the last few days.
Yeah, originally I was told they weren't going to have the signs, but I guess they decided they've always had signs, so
why not?
Why not?
And here are the booths for the Art in the Garden weekend. There are all kinds of paintings and sculptures.
Crafts.
And it's actually very interesting. You can purchase items here. Some of them I really like. And, you have like David Doss also, who is at the parks.
Right, at the I think he's at the Art of Disney
a lot.
Quite often. But one of your favorite artists that we discovered is coming up. We'll be able to see her items, her Enik, and I think it's...
I don't want to say it's the first one, but look her up online. And this is one of the things she was doing. Her artwork is fantastic.
She does a lot of international art.
Tokyo Disney and Paris, and I highly recommend checking Acme Archives also.
Right, Acme
Archives.
She does a lot for that. Another thing we like about Art in the Garden weekend is they have the local artists come out, and this lady here was painting this scene at the Canada Pavilion here, and it's really fun to watch them do their paintings.
Right, and here is an artist in France, and almost everybody was on the right side of World Showcase. Once you hit around Italy, like there was one guy who wasn't in the garden, he was like in a doorway, so he was doing like art in the doorway.
Yeah, and I mean, this is interesting. They took all these rusted out shovels and made a statue out of them. You have all kinds of different things. Although I'm still a little perplexed on the giant cheese.
Right, I don't know where that would come from.
I would think that's more of a food and wine type item. Maybe it's the wrong festival.
Food in the garden.
That's right. And these look very familiar. They have these glass flowers at the front entrance and also in the butterfly
Right,
area.
it might be the same artist. I'm not sure.
Look at that crowd. This was this week.
Yes, it
Easter,
was really
or not
busy.
Easter, spring break week, I guess.
Really busy. And we mostly went into the shops. That's what I wanted to write an article on this week.
Unique items that are found at World Showcase, like those comics.
Yes. And right here, 20% off. Look for these receipts in the counter service. On the counter service receipts.
That's right.
For discounts.
This was interesting. I don't know quite what Mickey is looking at, but it seems to be something interesting on the chest of the Yeti.
Everybody on my Instagram was like, "Oh, look, his boobs."
So what's the deal with this?
I have no idea.
Well,
it's just Mickey to the rescue.
Okay.
It's new. It's a new shirt, and these are
license plate bolt covers.
And
who knew I needed to have bolt covers?
I don't know. And here is Anna and Elsa and Olaf. Olaf is a Rice Krispie treat, and Anna and Elsa are part of this cookie.
They are everywhere.
Everywhere,
yes.
yes.
Now they're coming around.
And now we're heading around World Showcase. This is mostly what I came for Epcot for. And we have a cast member here it's like a bear puppet.
Yeah, and it reminds me of Bear in the Big Blue House. When
Is
it was
it?
in its full form. No, it isn't. It's just the Canada.
No, I said I did not know it reminded you of that.
It does, yeah. I love all these shirts, though. A lot of interesting, fun things in Canada always.
And I like this, except I'm usually more the grump at night, not in the morning. I'm usually pretty good in the morning.
That's true.
And this was, I have
Bear
not
bum.
seen these before. They're like the long pajamas. And this one says trailing behind. I always like their bear items, and they always get new stuff in.
Yeah. There's always interesting things. Damn great cook.
DAM.
Yeah, not accurate. Not accurate at all.
I should have worn it. And this was fun. This is a hockey player with syrup inside.
Yeah.
But
lest we forget the beaver nuts, bear nuts, and moose nuts.
We bought the moose nuts before, but I guess
moose nuts were very good, actually.
They are. I think they're probably all the same. And there you are with a moose head.
Yeah, I appreciate your having me model all these hats and things.
And then we headed to the United Kingdom, and there's still plenty of the Doctor Who hats, winter hats.
Right, there's where we were in the UK, that shop right there.
Well, the sportsman shop. And then I just want to mention also the Kit Heath jewelry is now in a case, and I really like it, especially that one above, that necklace above.
We got you that one.
No, I don't have that one yet.
We have you the other one, the Epcot one then.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I would like to get that.
We'll get it.
The Twinings tea.
Uncle Joe's meatballs.
We always like this, and you can find these at Publix. At least our Publix has it, and I gave some.
We gave some
for
Uncle Joe's
for gifts this year.
Around the house at all times.
And then we headed to France, and they had a little bit of the art in the garden going on here as well.
Oh, chocolate eclair, that was good. You surprised me.
I did. You didn't know that I was picking something
up.
I picked up a half baguette and a chocolate eclair, and also they actually have a special coffee.
Yeah, their coffee is really good.
It's local roasted.
Right. It was wonderful. And
we'll put that in the show notes.
That's right.
And but this was what we had as a little snack.
And a little thing that we learned, again, when you go to France and you order a chocolate eclair, it has chocolate inside. Unlike here in America where it would have vanilla inside.
And this was
delightfully good.
And this was a nice item to split. So
more of your cat stuff. A lot of cat stuff.
Right. These are all soaps. And I was thinking it would be really great. Like, you could have a basket of soap from around the world. There's so many great things in World Showcase.
This is more my style, this pop champagne.
This was good. We had that at the Disney Dream at Remy.
Remy.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful.
And I like this. We've actually tried quite a few of these.
There. I'm getting hungry watching all your selection. You chose all these.
And Go-Go Squeeze was handing out...
the Squeeze Squad.
Yes.
Where can we get a job as the Squeeze Squad?
They had extended hours this weekend where they were handing out. And I first had the Go-Go Squeeze, not called Go-Go Squeeze at the time, in Paris.
And we planted these they recycle the Go-Go Squeeze containers.
This weekend. Mm-hmm.
See, there it is. I have just planted
they said in about a week we'll have a plant.
Now we're off to Morocco.
And there were no fezzes to be found.
Camel with a fez says Morocco to me. That was good. What am I wishing for?
I have no idea.
I am wishing for 100 shows to be finished.
Well, only like 6 more. And this is always a fun shirt.
This.
Jeff loves this shirt, and maybe I should get it for you.
I always change it to the back side of it. I think it's funny.
And this is it's like a hidden Mickey that they've had up there.
Yep. And now we're
Japan.
going into Japan. Yes, Japan.
And Japan's one of my favorite shops to go into, and I don't know what this is, like a comic.
It looked like Monkey Duffy at first when I looked at
Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah,
is that it? But it seems to be very popular. And
you surprised me with some Botan rice candy
yes,
too.
Yes, I bought that.
That was good.
Just one of them.
We have not cracked it open. And Pocky.
Pocky is very good. And they have so much Hello Kitty merchandise. And I really like this one. I bought it for a family member.
And you made me wear this. That it's my tribute to Japan.
Sonic
all
the
countries,
Hedgehog.
especially Japan. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
You know, a lot of people don't know that you can go to these and find so much great stuff.
Look at this giant line for the
funnel cakes. It's
like a fair.
Yeah,
it's
like
tremendous.
New Year's Eve. Like how long? Probably an hour wait for funnel cakes.
It was great. I've never seen that
No.
long. 4th of July, not that long.
And now we're at the American Adventure. I don't know who loves Abe. Like
Somebody loves Abe.
When did Abe Lincoln become so
Ybor.
So hip?
I'm guessing this is Ybor City,
That's what
which is
I think.
in Tampa. An interesting choice to have at Epcot.
And again, soap. Like every country has soap. So again, there's so many different items you could say. Okay, I'm going to make a gift
Epcot wants you
basket
to be
of soap
clean.
around the world.
Epcot recommends cleanliness.
And these are precious moments dolls, and these are not here all the time, but this weekend they are.
That's right. For the art in the garden, there's Anna and Elsa, probably a big seller.
This was the first time I've seen them as
they all
as
look the
precious
same,
moments.
though. Their faces all look
kind of
very
the
similar
same.
to me.
And we're heading into Italy now.
Italy, yes. What did you find in Italy?
I thought these looked like candy corn pasta, which I thought was very
We did not
interesting.
get one, though, did we?
No, we didn't buy
I won't
one.
have any special bow tie pasta
No.
in the near future.
And this has been here for a while, but you never know what goodies you can find.
I support Mickey with a mustache. That's good.
I think that's fun. And now
Germany.
we're heading to Germany.
Always fun in Germany.
And we go into these shops like once a week.
I have no idea what this hat is supposed to be, but
It's an animal.
Yeah.
It's like a bear. I think it's a bear.
oh, you got me this too. This is good.
I did not purchase it here. I purchased it at
Publix.
the Celebration Publix.
That's right.
So, and then they also have beer pasta.
Goes
which I've
good with
not-
the beer pasta.
Yes.
See, we're all about the food. All about the food. I would like to make some of that beer pasta.
And this has been here for quite some time, but it's really the beer stein's a lot of fun, and so is the shirt.
Oh boy, Werther's Originals.
I know, those are so good. And do you see it's on the Disney Dining Plan? There's a lot of snacks around World Showcase that you could take home on the Disney Dining Plan if you get it.
I find this to be very interesting. This is sort of that little Africa section in between countries.
And I've not bought anything here, but I should because I have family members who would really appreciate. These are maps made into beads.
Right, recycling the Disney
In Africa.
Disney guide maps.
Right, and it's really great because you're like helping women in Africa to have a job and to make money for
And
their
you
families.
can sort of see the old maps, kind of the colors and everything in the beads. Very interesting.
And this
That's
shows
how they do it.
works. Look,
Poor
and
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack is becoming a bead.
That's a good place for him, though.
I think it's great.
Oh, and it is now China.
Yes, and
Nice shot of the garbage guy coming by.
and the House of Good Fortune is where we went. And this is actually the shop I go into the least, but it's still a lot of fun. And you see, you could buy
Dog kimono.
That's
what
what it
I
is.
need is a dog. We don't even have a dog.
not yet, but we have to get a kimono. And there's like a big section for panda
Lots of
items.
panda.
So if you love pandas, you can get all sorts of panda merchandise.
Yes,
it's
our
a big
friend,
section of the shop.
Mr. Big Fat Panda needs to go there because there's lots
He
for
could
him.
buy a ton of stuff
Yes,
there.
John, you listen to this. Look at all this good stuff for your house.
Shirts and backpacks, like anything that you would want that has a panda on
That's
it.
right. Oh boy, look at the line for Anna and Elsa.
Now, Anna and Elsa the line used to go to the Margarita cart in Mexico, but now this was about a 3.5
it took
hour
them
wait,
until
they
about
said.
20 days left of it to figure out this was the better way,
I
which
know.
it really is much
Now
much
you can
better.
make your Fast Pass reservations for April 20th and beyond in the Magic Kingdom.
That's right, and we will be there on Easter Sunday.
And I was like, let's put the Frozen. Look how
Look
big
at how
he
happy
is compared.
the troll has never been happier than
Than
to go
holding-
home with a copy of Frozen. It's true.
Look how big he looks compared to the
he
Frozen.
is going
though.
home to watch. Look, it's a troll world.
Right,
after
and
all.
these have been here for a couple of years now, but it's still one of my favorite shirts at Walt Disney World. It's just so cute.
Yeah, I like that too.
And the Anna and Elsa dresses, which we hadn't really seen much on property, are coming back, which is great. I mean, they're finally, I don't know for how long,
Right.
how
That stuff
popular they are.
really flies off the shelves. Oh, it's Mexico.
And this is another place we don't always go into, but a number of the countries do carry Disney merchandise that is geared towards that country.
Now, I like
including
this shirt. This is an old design that has come back recently. I think it's cool.
Right, I think last year, and
Does this represent Mexico here? This is your picture. What is this?
I'm just showing you can get
Lots of
is it
tequila.
tequila
And liquor.
I don't
yes.
know that
and
much
you
about
can buy
it.
glasses to fill your tequila in.
with Mickey on them.
That's right.
We like those glasses
And
very
in
much.
case you need it, you can get a coaster.
Yes, well, the pack of 4 coasters with Mickey, Donald, Goofy. lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Oh, and these necklaces.
Right, and these have been here a long time, but again, I think not everybody knows about them.
South of the border.
South of the border, right. But the Mickey with the sombrero, which is a lot of fun.
And this was the crowd that we found on Friday when we went?
Yeah, this was on Friday, but this was getting later into the afternoon, probably like 3 o'clock, and it didn't start out so much. I actually like World Showcase earlier, when it opens.
Yeah, it was not as bad as 2 days previous to that. Oh, and it's just about Easter time, so of course a pin for Happy
Chip
Easter
and Dale
2014. So that was our trip to Epcot. We had a great time. We also went to Islands of Adventure last week. And why did we go to Islands of Adventure? Because the captain is there. No, Captain America.
No, we went because we were heading to a dinner, but it was like,
never mind that.
Let's go to
the captain.
Yes,
here he comes.
Jeff was so excited that Captain America is there.
Yes, of course. I could go all the way to Disneyland to see the captain, but no, I could drive right down the street and the captain is there at Islands of Adventure.
He was a very good Captain
But you'll
America.
notice he is not dressed as he is in the movie. The deal they have with Universal is they have to keep these Marvel characters the way they were when the deal was made. That's why they all look yeah.
I don't know
so
anything
that's why
about
they
it.
all look a little old school. But it was still pretty cool. I mean, we also met the captain at D23. He's now on the Disney Magic, I think.
The captain.
Captain America.
Like it could be
the captain of all the
Captain
Americas.
and Tennille.
See, there he is.
That was the original captain.
You're showing your age. Nobody knows who that is.
Everybody knows who the Captain Tennille is.
It's the captain. I was so excited to be able to talk to him in
He's
person.
like, I want to get in line. So that was actually
I
the longest line we saw.
He's very excited to see his movie himself, he told me. He lived it. He said he lived it. And he is ready to see it. That's what he told me. Watch the video.
I've seen the video. I was
link
there.
to it.
I was there.
So there's plenty of Captain America to be found at Islands of Adventure. Plus all these other classic Marvel characters from the comics.
It's interesting, though, as the movie is coming up, Captain America, he did have the longest line that we saw, plus Spider-Man. Spider-Man is always very popular.
Let's face it, some of the characters, people didn't even know who they were.
I don't know who they all are.
I don't either. I have to be honest, I didn't know who a few of them were.
I haven't read comic books since I was a kid.
20
I
years
used to...
for me.
Well, it's been about almost 40 for me. I used to read the Wonder Woman.
Some of us mature a little later in life, perhaps. I still would read this stuff. Now this is from the Winter Soldier. That's right. Lots and lots of merchandise from Winter Soldier. And you'll notice that it's branded Universal Studios. Like on the shirt, it actually says, see, Universal Studios.
Right, but those aren't the Winter Soldier items. The Winter Soldier items are generally
right, like this. And it's interesting. Every time we go there, I look, and it never says Disney anywhere on the box. But you can look at the same item elsewhere, like at the World of Disney, and it will say the copyright Disney. So sometimes, depending on what it is. So it's very interesting.
There is a ton of Captain America merchandise here. So if you're seeing the Winter Soldier, this is a great place to get your souvenirs.
Speaking of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which we'll be seeing in 2 days, I guess.
Yeah.
We were invited to a press conference in Beverly Hills, California. We weren't able to go, but we sent our correspondent there. And here are a few clips. We're going to hear from Samuel L. Jackson and Scarlett Johansson. And these are just some of their
thoughts.
Their thoughts and stories on being in Captain America.
Well, I'm always excited to do more, and Nick seems to grow with each, film. And I realized when I was reading it that it was a bit more than just, a comic book feature. That it had intrigue, and I'm sure a lot of young people are going to be surprised when they get in the movie and watch it that they actually have to think about something other than what's going on. You got to figure out a plot, and that always excites me. And it was. It's always a great joy to know that I'm going to be back in a space with all the people that I enjoy working with and being able to do the things that I did on a very small scale when I was a kid. I mean, this is, a dream come true. You sit there and you read comic books when you're a kid and you wonder if there's a world like that. You grow up as an actor and they start making movies like that and you wonder, how can I get in that movie? And then next thing you know, you're inside it and you're kind of like, yeah. So, they're all pluses there.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had the opportunity to do something, it's an interesting challenge to keep coming back to this character. And I think one of the, I have the good fortune of playing a character that's sort of evolving with each kind of installment that you see her in. So, I mean, of course, I know going in to play the character, of course, I have to understand who this character is and where she comes from, and have this sort of rich backstory. And I think the exciting thing is just scraping away a little part of that each time, to reveal, kind of a small part of the bigger picture of her. And it's a very complex character, which is wonderful for me, because over the period of time that I've played her, I've also grown. Obviously, it's been like 6 years or more, as you do in your career, your work, your life. So I feel that the story is sort of becoming, the character story is more enriched as my own experiences are.
Very interesting. It sounds great. As a matter of fact, our friends who've seen the movie have nothing but good things to say about it. So yeah, I can't wait. A couple days we'll be seeing it.
Right, and it comes out on April 4th, so for everybody next week.
Yeah, and also thanks to our correspondent who did a great job. He is a shy kind of guy, doesn't want to be told, but you know who we are. We appreciate that. Thank you.
And here we are, Cabana Bay Resort. We're going to be staying there this week, and we're going to bring that to you in coverage next week on the show.
That's right. We'll be there for the very first night of operation, and there's a bowling alley, there's restaurants, there's a pool, and
there's over at Universal Studios, their first non-deluxe property.
Yep, we look forward to that. And also thanks to our sponsor, Theme Park Connection. They've been with us since the beginning, and we appreciate them very much. And a happy spring.
Happy spring. We're going to see our first signs of Easter this week at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort as well.
That's right. Lots of cool, colorful Easter-like things to look forward to. So
right, starting this week.
Starting this week. So thanks again. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great week.
Have a great week.